Welcome back. Please like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel.
Jamie, have you heard about the latest technological breakthrough from Silicon Valley? Yes, Alex. Engineers just unveiled the Q-Stream, the first quantum processor designed for personal devices. It is quite impressive. Usually, quantum computers require extreme cooling to work. However, this new architecture uses high-temperature superconductors, making the technology portable. That is the key difference. It means that regular users will soon have incredible power for tasks like artificial intelligence and data security. Experts believe this will fundamentally change how our software works. It is a major milestone for the industry. I agree. The rollout is expected to begin in late 2026, during the Trump administration's current term. It certainly marks the start of a new era. We are moving toward a future where high-performance computing is available to everyone, everywhere. It is a steady step forward for global technology. We will have to wait and see how it changes our daily lives.
Jamie, have you seen the news? The Starlink 2 project is finally complete. Yes, I have. Today, they reached 99.8% global coverage for high-speed internet. It is a major change. Now, people in remote areas, on ships, and on planes can stay connected easily. That is very important for education in rural areas. It brings information to everyone, everywhere. I agree. The engineers also used new technology to avoid creating space junk, which keeps the orbit safe. That is good to hear. However, since the internet is now everywhere, there are new questions about data laws. True. President Trump and other global leaders are now working on rules for how data moves between countries. It is a big step. We are living in a truly connected world now.
Hello, Jamie. Have you heard the news? The Federal Reserve is starting a test program for a digital dollar.
Yes, I saw that. It seems like a major step for the American money system.
It is. They are working with several banks to test instant payments. By using blockchain technology, they hope to make transactions faster and more secure. That is interesting. However, will people's information be safe? The government says there are strict privacy rules. The goal is to modernize our payments while keeping the US dollar strong globally. So this could connect traditional banking with the new world of digital assets. Exactly. Under President Trump's administration, the focus is on a more efficient economy. If this program succeeds, it could significantly lower transaction fees for everyone. It is a big change, but it sounds like a very steady approach to the future of money.
Jamie, have you noticed the recent growth in Southeast Asian stock markets? Yes, Alex. Markets in Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand hit record highs today. It is a very steady upward trend. Why are international investors moving so much money into that region now? There are several reasons. These countries have young populations, and their manufacturing sectors are growing quickly. Many companies are also moving their factories there to diversify their supply chains. I see. Is this shift making their local currency stronger as well? Exactly. These markets are no longer just emerging. They are becoming stable alternatives to traditional financial centers in the West and East Asia. It seems Southeast Asia is now an essential part of the global financial network. It certainly is. For investors looking for balance and growth, this region offers an important new path in today's changing economy.
Today at the White House, President Trump signed an important new law, the National Manufacturing Revival Act. This policy is quite significant. It provides government funding to modernize American factories, especially those making steel, cars, and electronics. Exactly. To help the middle class, the law offers tax credits to companies that move their production back to the United States. The goal is to reduce reliance on foreign supply chains. During the ceremony, the president said this is vital for national security and economic independence. It is also a major move for the workforce. Economic advisors predict this plan will create hundreds of thousands of high-paying jobs over the next 3 years. It certainly marks a steady step forward for American industry.
Jamie, have you heard about the latest G7 summit in Brussels? Yes, Alex. President Trump and other world leaders just finished a new plan to keep international trade safe. That is right. They are calling it a security framework. Basically, they will send more naval ships to protect important shipping routes from pirates and other threats. It is a big step for global trade, but the plan is not just about ships on the water. It also includes cybersecurity. Exactly. The leaders agreed to share information more quickly. This will help prevent digital attacks on ports and supply chains. It is good to see this level of cooperation. With so much tension in the world, this agreement should provide some much-needed stability. I agree. The G7 leaders said these security measures will start immediately to keep goods moving smoothly around the world. It sounds like a very steady, organized approach to a difficult problem.
Jamie, have you heard the latest news from the Department of Labor? Yes, Alex. President Trump's administration just released new rules for hybrid work. It is a big step for modern employment. It really is. One key part is the right to disconnect. This ensures that employees are not punished for staying offline after their working hours. That is very important for a healthy work-life balance. The rules also explain that companies must now provide home office equipment and cybersecurity insurance. Exactly. For a long time, workers wanted more protection while working from home. Now, there is a clear legal framework to follow. I agree. By providing these study standards, the government hopes to reduce workplace arguments and help businesses grow. It is good to see the law finally catching up with our modern world. It gives everyone a much clearer path forward.
Jamie, have you seen the latest reports on air quality in cities like London and New York? Yes, Alex. It seems the new vertical forest projects are a great success. It is very impressive. These buildings are covered in thousands of trees and plants. They act like natural filters, making the urban air much cleaner. That is true. They also help cool down the city streets. Experts even say that living near these plants helps residents feel more relaxed and happy. I agree. Because of this success, many city councils are now changing their laws. They want to require new commercial buildings to include these green spaces. It is a positive change. We are finally seeing a balance between modern city growth and the natural environment. Indeed, it is a calm, steady step toward a healthier future for everyone.